Okay, so you want to own a laundromat.
No employees to manage. No perishable inventory. No customers who linger and complain.
If a laundromat has 30 washers averaging 4 turns a day, total daily revenue might land somewhere around $800 to $1,400, which annualizes to roughly $300,000 to $500,000 for a well-performing mid-size location. A single wash and dry cycle for a customer might net the owner somewhere around $6 to $10 in total revenue per customer visit.
So how does a laundromat actually make money in plain mechanical terms? The core engine is simple.
A large share of laundromats sold at any given time are being sold not because the business is thriving, but because the owner is exhausted, underwater, or both. An owner underestimates the utility bill, prices too low, and slowly bleeds cash for 18 months before quietly selling the machines for scrap.
Unlike a Sears or a Bali Total Fitness, laundromat failures don't happen at a corporate, headline-grabbing scale.
Now let's talk about whether a laundromat built entirely on this cash and utilities model can actually survive.
Which reduce cash handling risk, but which come with their own cost, a percentage of every transaction paid to the payment processor. This is a major reason the industry has shifted hard toward card and app-based payment systems over the past decade.
It also creates a theft exposure that few other small businesses face, both from break-ins targeting coin boxes and internal theft.
Which either means the owner personally visiting the location multiple times a week or paying an armored transport service to do it. That cash needs to be collected on a regular schedule, counted, and deposited.
A laundromat that runs primarily on coins accumulates significant amounts of physical cash sitting inside individual machines throughout the day.
There's also a cost category unique to the cash-heavy nature of this business: coin handling and security. Experienced operators typically budget somewhere around $100 to $300 per machine per year in routine maintenance and parts,
which on a 30-washer, 30-dryer floor adds up to $6,000 to $18,000 annually before counting a single major repair.
Machines do eventually need full replacement, typically somewhere in the 8 to 12-year range with heavy commercial use. A single blown bearing or a failed door lock takes a machine completely out of service until it's repaired. Every hour a machine sits broken is an hour of zero revenue from that unit, while the fixed costs underneath it keep accumulating regardless. Bearings, belts, seals, coin mechanisms, card readers, and heating elements. Commercial washers and dryers running 12 or more hours a day wear out components a home machine would never even stress.
Maintenance is the next trap, and it compounds the utility problem rather than sitting separately from it.
Electricity, running the washer motors, dryer drums, lighting, air conditioning, and any card or app payment systems adds another significant monthly bill.
Stack water, gas, and electric together, and utilities alone can consume somewhere between 15% and 25% of total revenue. This is the number that catches first-time owners off guard more than any other single-line item. Then there's gas, which powers both the dryers and, in most locations, the boiler heating the wash water. Gas bills for a laundromat can run $1,500 to $5,000 or more a month, depending on volume and regional pricing.
Water and sewer costs, because you're billed for both the water coming in and the wastewater going out, can easily run into the thousands of dollars a month.
A single commercial washer can use 20 to 40 gallons of water per cycle, depending on size and efficiency.
Multiply that by 30 machines running 4 or 5 cycles a day, and a laundromat can use as much water in a single day as...
Now, the part almost nobody budgets for correctly: utilities.
The owners who panic about a quiet Tuesday and start second-guessing the location are usually the ones who haven't yet learned to read the calendar correctly. Weekday traffic, especially early in the week, tends to run significantly lighter. Laundromat traffic is heavily concentrated on weekends, particularly Saturday and Sunday. There's also a seasonal and weekly wrinkle worth understanding, because it shapes cash flow the same way January shapes a gym's calendar.
The smartest operators don't necessarily want the biggest possible laundromat. They want the right number of machines sized precisely to their neighborhood's actual laundry volume.
Above roughly 6 or 7 turns consistently, you're actually running out of machine capacity and losing customers who walk in, see every machine full, and leave. Industry data on well-run laundromats generally points to somewhere around 4 to 5 turns per machine per day as the target. Below that, you're paying full fixed costs on a facility that isn't generating enough transactions to cover them. Meaning how many complete wash and dry cycles each machine completes, spread evenly enough across the day. The real profit driver in this business isn't maximum utilization, it's turns per day.
A machine that sits idle costs the owner almost nothing beyond the fixed rent already being paid on the building.
A machine that runs constantly wears out faster, costs more in water and gas and electricity, and needs more frequent repair.
The other one sits half empty most hours, with a brief rush in the evening and on weekends.
One of them runs every machine 3 or 4 times a day at full capacity.
Picture 2 different laundromats, same number of machines, same neighborhood, same rent. Older apartment buildings, dense urban housing, and lower-income rental neighborhoods are the core customer base.
Because nobody hauls 3 loads of wet laundry across town.
The single most important variable is the percentage of nearby housing that lacks in-unit laundry. A laundromat's customer base is almost entirely hyperlocal. The overwhelming majority of regular customers live within a 5 to 10-minute walk. Location is where most first-time owners get this wrong, and it's more specific than somewhere with a lot of people.
The lease doesn't care whether your laundromat is thriving. If the location underperforms and you have to close, the lease payments follow you out the door regardless.
Lease financing on commercial laundry equipment typically carries an effective interest cost of 7 to 10% a year.
But it drains your cash reserves right when you need them most, in the uncertain early months. Upgrade today with our flexible lease agreement and take home this brand new washer. It's time to move on up. Buy the equipment outright or lease it. Buying feels safer. No monthly payment hanging over your head.
Do the math on a mid-size facility with 30 washers and 30 dryers, and the equipment bill alone can land anywhere between $250,000 and $700,000. A real laundromat floor needs a mix, typically 20 to 40 washers in a range of sizes, and an equal or greater number of dryers.
A commercial front-load washer, the kind built to run 12 to 16 hours a day for a decade without failing, costs $3,000 to $12,000. A commercial dryer runs $2,000 to $6,000 each.
Now the machines themselves, which is where most of the money actually goes.
Add up the deposit, the plumbing, the electrical, the gas line, the ventilation, and the build-out, and even a modest laundromat can require $150,000 to $5,000.
Flooring needs to be sealed, sloped, and drain-capable in case of an overflow.
And then there's ADA compliance, wheelchair-accessible folding tables, accessible machine controls, accessible restrooms.
Dryer vent fires are one of the leading causes of commercial fires in America. Add ventilation.
Every dryer needs its own exhaust duct running to the outside. If you're running gas dryers, which most serious operators do because gas is dramatically cheaper to run than electric, you need a gas line,
which utility companies sometimes charge tens of thousands of dollars to install or upgrade.
That alone can run $20,000 to $60,000, depending on the age of the building.
Electrical service needs a major upgrade too. Dryers alone can require a 200 to 400 amp service just for the laundry floor.
Often a dedicated water heater or boiler system capable of delivering hot water to 20+ machines at once without the pressure dropping.
You think the expensive part is the washers and dryers. It isn't. Not entirely.
Then comes the build-out. Commercial laundromats need significantly upgraded plumbing, larger supply lines, larger drain lines. A commercial landlord will typically want first and last month's rent, plus a security deposit before you've touched a single wall. The expensive part is turning an ordinary retail space into a facility with the plumbing, electrical, and gas capacity to run 20 or 30 commercial machines simultaneously.
Each of these is a different bet on the same underlying question. Do you make your money from thousands of small, anonymous cash transactions?
And finally, there's the bulk laundry contract business, servicing apartment complexes, gyms, salons, and small hotels. Then there's the hybrid model, a coin-op floor combined with a full wash-dry-fold operation running in the back.
There's also laundry pickup and delivery, which increasingly runs as its own standalone business, sometimes with no public-facing storefront at all.
Above that sits the attended laundromat, which has someone behind a counter for at least part of the day.
At the simplest end, there's the unattended coin-op laundromat, a room full of machines, no staff, customers do everything themselves.
The moment you understand why, the entire picture of how a laundromat actually makes money starts to make sense.
Let's start with what a laundromat actually is, because the word covers several very different businesses wearing the same storefront. Underneath that quiet room full of spinning drums is one of the most capital-intensive, utility-dependent, maintenance-heavy small businesses in America. Here's the problem. You are looking at a business that only looks automated.
You look at that scene and think, this place runs itself. Rent the building, buy the machines, and the quarters just show up.
Walk past one on a Tuesday night and you'll see it. Every machine running, the lights on, nobody behind a counter. That's the pitch. That's the whole reason this business has a reputation as the ultimate passive income machine.
Just a room full of machines that turn quarters into cash while you're at home asleep.